All right, guys. So I have a really cool choke I'm going to show you guys today. It's called the force choke. And we call it the force choke because it's done almost entirely with one hand, Darth Vader style. Okay? So I'm going to use one hand. This is one of the tightest chokes that I've ever come across. And if you can set it up in the proper position, it's almost a guaranteed submission. No matter what happens, no matter if they mount you, they try and go for the arm bar. There's so many things they can do and still be choked at this point. That's why I really like it. Once you have it, it feels so good. Okay, so there's a couple ways you can set it up. The easiest way is probably from when someone attacks a single leg on you, but you can also get it from closed guard. So I'm going to show it from closed guard first because that's a position that you can initiate and you can get right to closed guard and then start to set up the attack. Whereas the single leg one is more opportunistic, and we're not going to leave it up to opportunity at this point. I want it to be something that you can go for and get on your own without having to have a specific situation arise for you to actually take advantage of it. So the first thing you need is his gi. If it's all tight and closed up, it's going to be very hard for you to do. So when you're in closed guard, here, if I want to set up this choke, the first thing I'm going to do is start opening lapels. You guys know how much I like the lapels and opening them up. It's one of my favorite things to do in jiu-jitsu is work with the lapels. From here, a very common grip to control from the closed guard is to reach over the back anyways, okay? So I'm going to reach over the back from closed guard. This serves a couple purposes. One, it stops him from being able to posture up on me. From here, he can't really posture up and he can't really stand up, which is the most important thing. If he stands up, he's going to kill this position. So when I get the belt grip here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to reach underneath his belt and pull his gi up and take a nice big handful of the gi like this, here. So now if he tries to posture, go ahead, I'm able to hang on to him. It's going to be very difficult for him to stand up from here because I can just hug his head. If I can pull his head down, he's not going to be able to stand up. It's like they say, if you control the snake's head, the body will follow, okay? So when I control his head, I can force his whole body to drive down into my chest like this. Okay, so by opening up his lapel here, at the back of his gi here, this is where I'm setting up the choke, okay? Now when I go for this choke on people, they always ask me after, like, what was choking me? They never know it. No one ever sees it coming because it's such a unique choke. What I'm going to do is my free hand is going to start reaching inside of his gi, okay? Now when I get the grip here and I open up the lapel, you'll see that there's a lot of space. Look how much space there is here, okay? Because gis never fit skin tight or anything, there's always going to be a lot of slack. I can easily pull my hands through. So when I pull him up into this position like this, you can almost count on him trying to bring his hands on the inside of my chest to try and posture and push away. Okay? That's good for me because I don't want his head to be down. Because if his head is down, I may pull the gi over his head, and I don't want to pull the gi over his head. It's very important that we force him down so that he wants to react to sit up. Okay? Now you'll see this opening here that we've created. All I'm going to do is slide my hand in through the opening. Now you'll see my hand is all the way through his gi. Okay? I'm bringing it in and in front. So let's turn the other way so everyone can see. So I brought my hand in through the back of the gi here. Now, this is very important. If he keeps his head down, this is fine. I can stay here all day. But 99% of the time, the guy's going to posture up to try and escape the position. And that's where he's going to make his crucial mistake. Scoot back a little. So if the guy postures up, this is where the choke shines. All I'm going to do is reach with my 4 fingers on top and grip the other side of the gi. At this point, it's going to be impossible for him to pull his head out. The choke is too tight already. There's no room for him to slip his head out. The gi will not come over his head. Now, from this point, this is where it becomes the force choke. At this point, all I have to do is extend my hand into him. I'm just going to extend it out. This is a very tight choke, so arms might tap pretty quickly. So all I'm going to do is just extend and choke. So I'm just reaching, using the force to choke him here. Now, what's really cool about this position is once you have the grip, you can abandon all other control. I don't need to have closed guard. I don't need to have anything. A lot of the times if the guy is keeping his head down and I feel like I'm not able to extend my arm, I will start to bait the pass and I'll let him pass my guard. Because once he passes my guard, it's very easy for me to extend away. At this point, they feel the pressure and a lot of times they stand up or try and sit away. And all I do is follow them. As I put more forward pressure, they try and pull away more and more. And the more leverage I get, the tighter it becomes. Using one hand only. Sometimes the guy will even flop away downwards onto his back and you'll be on top of him. In those situations, I really like to bait the triangle choke, just to add insult to injury. So here, if he goes on, I won't actually grab it tight, so go ahead and go on your back. I'll have that hand in the choke here, and if I haven't choked him yet, I'll bait the triangle. Because by baiting the triangle, it allows me to even pull away more. I can extend his body even more to get the choke. If you don't have the grip though, that can be very risky to do. If for some reason you lose it, you don't have the grip strength. It's not absolutely necessary. I just like to do that sometimes. Usually just messing around in training. But this choke is a very, very strong grip, and it also is very effective from the double unders position. When someone goes double unders on me, it's very easy to get this control. Here, opening up the gi, bringing the hand inside and in front of the neck. If he tucks his chin, and it's hard for me to get the grip underneath, I can use my other hand to pop his chin up and pass the gi to my free hand. Here. Now from here, I need to be able to extend away, so this is one of those situations where I need to bait the pass. I'll let my legs fall. He may choose a side to pass to. At that point, it's going to be too late. No matter where he goes from here, he's going to get choked. Even if he tries to go for an armbar. If he tries to go for an armbar, that'll make it even tighter. He won't even be able to get to the full position before it starts to choke him. How tight is that, Andres?
It's very tight.
It's very tight. It's a really, really awesome choke. And one of those ones that if you pull off, the person you got it on is going to be like, what the heck just happened? Which is always very fun to do. We've got to keep jiu-jitsu fun.